Hey everyone, this is Louise from Butterfly Dolphin Crochet. So today I'm going to show you how to do the bubbles, some bubbles. Now this is relatively, well, I think it's relatively easy once you get into the hang of it. On the sample I've done it's a 2-row repeat. Some of the bubbles don't look quite that neat, especially in the end. But that doesn't really matter too much. So when I'm doing bubbles, I try and end with a double crochet on either side, just to be able to, when I come on, if I'm doing the project, I tend to put a border around it to kind of straighten up the edges and to emphasize my bubbles. So that's what they look like when I've done a few rows. So the yarn that I'm going to use for the tutorial is Big Drops Big Merino Mix. It's 100% wool, colour number 10. It says the recommended hook size is a 5mm. I'll link below where I put the where I bought this yarn from in the description box below. So if you're wanting to do this in a project, the multiple is literally 3. 3 plus 2, I think I did. Yeah, 3 plus 2. So you'll literally need to do any multiples of 3 until you get to the length that you require, and then you'll add 2 at the end. So for my sample size, I chained 23. Yeah, so I'll meet up with you once you've done that. So I've got 23 chains here. My multiple 3 is 21, and then I've just added 2 at the end for my turning. So bearing in mind, we now need to do a treble into the 4th stitch from the hook. We don't count the one that's on the hook, so you skip 1, 2, 3. So you skip the first 3 and you'll find the 4th one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and work a treble into that. So yarn over yarn like so. I'm using the treble crochet in this because I find it allows more space in between each of the rows, and it kind of makes the bubbles more prominent or stand out, however you want to say it. So that's why I'm doing it with the trebles. You could do a half treble, which will make the rows in between smaller. So I'm doing the treble, so all I'm going to be doing for this first row is a treble in every stitch until the end. So you should, in theory, if you're doing this sample like I am, have 21 stitches at the end of the row. So I'll meet back up with you once you've got 21 trebles, and that is including the chain, the 3 chains that we missed at the beginning, by the way. So I'll meet back up with you at the end of the row. So once you've got your 21 stitches, including the chain 3 at the beginning of the row, what we're going to do is chain 1 and turn your work. And now we're now working on the wrong side of the work, and the bubbles are going to be this is faced on the right side of the work, which is why we've got a 2-row repeat. It just allows you to have the bubbles all facing on the right side of the work. So to start that, what we need to do is double crochet into the first stitch, like so. And now into the next stitch we're going to do your bobble.
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Sorry about that. So we're going to do our bobble stitch into the next stitch. So we do that by yarning over, and a bobble consists of 5 trebles worked together. 5 trebles worked together. So we yarn over, go into the stitch, and you work the first half of a treble. And you'll repeat that 5 times into the same space, into the same chain. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, one more time, and that's 5. So you now should have 6 loops on your hook, like so. So you yarn out, and now we need to yarn over and pull through all 6, and pull your working yarn a little tighter. And now we need to go into the next stitch and do a double crochet, like so. And that's how you do a bubble. So as you can see, it's kind of squished them all together and pushed them out at the front. Look. So that will look like, in theory, excuse me, look like that. So now we'll repeat that again. So into the next stitch we're going to do another bubble. So we do the 5 togethers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 6, pull tight, and then double crochet into the next, like so. And we'll repeat this until the end of the row, doing a bobble, four, 5, yarn over, pull through all 6, pull, go into the next, and do a double. It will start to curl up on you, but that's mainly because of the amount of stitches that you're putting into each stitch from the row below. So I'll carry on this pattern where I'll go bobble into the next stitch, and then a double into the next until you get to the last 2 chains, and I'll meet back up with you there. So I've come to my last 2 stitches. As you can see, one's a treble and the other one, the last one is the chain 3 space. So what I'm going to do is literally do a bubble stitch into the top of the treble, like so. One more. And then top of the chain 3, so the 3rd chain on that, I'll do a double crochet like so. And then I'll chain 1 and turn my work. And now if you look at it, it'll start to curl up a bit because of all the bubbles squidging all everything together. There's your bubble row. So now, to try and straighten it up a little bit, like I have on here, I want to do a treble into the double from the row below, like so. Then I'm going to do a treble into the top of the bubble stitch, and then actually I'm going to repeat that all the way to the end of the row. So every double crochet from the row below gets a treble, and every bubble stitch gets a treble. And you'll need to make sure that you've got a treble in every stitch until the end of the row, otherwise it won't work out. And I'll meet back up with you at the end of the row. So once you've got to the end of the row and you've done your last treble, that's what it will start to look like. So now all we need to do now is chain 1, turn and work, and repeat what we did for row 2. So literally all we're going to be doing now is repeating rows 2 and 3 until you get the project to as long as you want. So it will start looking like this after a few rows. So the bigger it grows, the flatter it'll become. I think I've done 7 rows there. And then what I would do once I've got the projects to the size of I'm doing, especially if I'm doing like a blanket with it in, I'll go around the edge with some sort of border. But you could do this in a hat, scarf, gloves, all kinds of projects. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you next time. Bye.